But if you're in your van, in your own vehicle, why can't you cook? It makes no sense. This is my throne now because I'm so famous on Yorkshire pop tops, you know what I mean? Imagine if I just went for a random bab right now. Turns out you're not allowed to film in there. I started filming in the chapel and I got done. Well, good morning, you wonderful people. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm heading towards Anit Castle. I'm taking you along for the ride. Also, coming up later in this video, will be Colin Answers Your Questions around a fire pit and the all-important campsite tour, plus a little bit more for you to feast your eyes on. So let's get some pedal to the metal and get cracking. Nice. So I have arrived and I've found a free car park. I know, I'll link to it in the description below so you can find it yourself. But yeah, it's completely free. It's about a 10-minute walk to Anit Castle. It took me about 3 hours to get here from Leeds, but it is where it is. At least I'm staying at a campsite tonight and I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. But I think for now, let's get the door shut. I'm not wearing my walking boots today, you'd be surprised to know. And let's head to Anit Castle. Lovely. So with my glee at not having to pay a parking fee, I trundled off towards the castle. Then I realised that today was going to be a busy one, and that I, Mr. Overdub Colin, was going to have more to do whilst editing this video. So I was going to do a load of history like I normally do, where I put the camera down, walk towards it, tell you all the stuff like off of the BBC, but I forgot it's half term and there are so many people about, it is untrue. So I think what I might do is leave the historical parts up to Overdub Col. Anit Centre is lovely, and I do come back for a little wonder later on in the video. But now I'm heading towards the castle in the hopes that the entrance price wouldn't be too crazy. Oh, how wrong was I? Anyway, let's put my Yorkshire pockets aside and give you some information about the castle I'm going to go see now. Anit Castle has a history that spans over 900 years. Its origins date back to 1096, but the castle, as you see it today, was constructed in the 1700s and was built as a military outpost to defend against the Scots. Sorry guys. Eventually though, the Scots got in and brought their revolutionary drinks, Buckfast and Iron Brew. This is my throne now because I'm so famous on Yorkshire pop tops, you know what I mean? There's loads of people about, they're doing broomstick training, there's all sorts of events happening and stuff like that. And there's just loads of people mulling around. So I'm just like, oh, I can't do vloggings. I mean, this is an actual toilet. Imagine if I just went for a random bab right now. So thrones of all kinds aside, this place is great if you have small children. The area that I'm in now, due to it being half term, had plenty of knowledgeable staff giving some great information and entertainment. And you can even get dressed up should you wish. Something I would have definitely done if I wasn't a man on my own walking around a castle filming stuff like an oddball. This castle is referred to as the Windsor Castle of the North, and I can see why. It's utterly stunning. It's been used to film many blockbuster movies like Harry Potter, Transformers, Downton Abbey, Robin Hood, and even Blackadder, one of my favourites. I just tried going into prison, but I think everybody in Northumberland wanted to do exactly the same thing, so I've come out. Right then, I've just been in the house, the private quarters, and turns out you're not allowed to film in there. I started filming in the chapel and I got done. So if you want to go see inside the house, you'll have to go yourself because there were people around all over the place saying no filming, no photography. So I'm going to go have a wander around a different part now and I'll let Overdub Col take over again. See you, bye. This place is like a rabbit warren. Lots of little nooks to explore, and some of the turrets even had little mini museums in them. Definitely worth exploring. It then dawned on me why I was having distinct deja vu moments all morning. I messaged Michelle with a picture of where I was, and she replied saying that we'd already been there about 10 years ago. I did feel better knowing that, but also a little perturbed that I didn't remember. I didn't realise, but the people that own this actually live here right up until about last week, which is proper awesome. Someone come in now, see about it.
These cannons were mint, some massive and some properly tiny, like children's cannons.
I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it's really hard to vlog here with all the people and half terms and stuff. And it's colder than I thought it were going to be as well. I'm absolutely Baltic. It's been lovely for the past few days. In fact, past few weeks. What's going on over here? Probably get done for filming there as well. But this is proper. It is lovely, to be fair. But 23 quid to get in.
I still haven't got over the price, but trying to ignore that, I continue to film what is even more stunning in real life than it may come across on camera. The house itself is definitely worth going inside to see too. Just check to make sure that the owners are not in residence before booking, and you'll be able to go inside. In the courtyard there's an obligatory shop with lots of Harry Potter merch, a cafe and a restaurant, with plenty of indoor and outdoor seating. I did like this sign too. I then spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out how to leave the castle.
I actually don't know how to get out. Well, it cost me about £1 a minute because I were in there for about 23 minutes. No, it's a lovely place to go and I highly recommend it. I hope Overdub Call has done some good history on it for you guys. But, you know, as far as filming goes, it's been super tough because there's been loads of kids about and I'm not in the zone for filming children doing activities as a man on his own. No, thank you. I don't want to be that guy. So yeah, I hope I filmed enough for the Overdub Call stuff. And I think what I'm going to do now is go totally off plan and have a wander around Anit Centre because I've been told by Michelle there's a bookshop. I mean, I don't do reading, but apparently there's a bookshop. So I'll go find that if I can and maybe grab a coffee. I think I prefer walking in the hills.
On the way back to the van, I explored a little bit more of Alnwick and it's a lovely place. You could easily spend a full day just in the town centre without visiting the castle. Then there was this. I think this is Harry Potter from Temu.
This place is pretty much like Skipton or Richmond, bigger than Richmond, but very much like Skipton. I couldn't find the bookshop. Sorry, Michelle. I tried. I walked around all of it. I even tried putting my camera down to do a walkie shot and someone went, "Ooh, what's that you're doing?" You can definitely spend a full day in Anit Castle, especially if you've got little ones. They're going to love it. I'm just gutted that I couldn't film inside the stately home part of it. It's kind of scuppered 50% of my vlog now. And one thing I've just realised is that also the campsite's going to be Ramo. I come away during the week to get it quiet and yeah, it's going to be Ramo, isn't it? Right, I've decided I'm off to a place called Alnwick because that's on the seaside and I think that's where I were originally wanting to go in the first place, or the place that I thought I wanted to go anyway. And one thing, I'm probably pronouncing all these places wrong, but I was thinking to myself, near the Dalesbridge campsite that I always stay at, I'm pretty much part of the furniture there. Near the Dalesbridge, there's a place called Ostwick, and I always call it Ostwick, whereas when I come here, I call it Alnwick, not Alnwick, or Alnmouth, Alnmouth. So the place that I was thinking of in my head and what I thought the original vlog were going to be about is a place called Banbury Castle, which is about 40 minutes north of here, miles away, too far away to go there now. And I don't know what I was thinking when I was planning this vlog, to be doing it during the school holidays and also go to a super touristy hotspot when I'm like I am on camera, not being able to do it while people are looking at me. Honestly, what an idiot. I should have just gone for a walk on the coast road or something. At least tomorrow, next week's video for you, I'm going to visit some lighthouses and stuff. That's going to be interesting, that'll be ace. But I just thought to myself, I might as well just do Colin's rambles while I'm driving in van now, because honestly, I'm only about 5 minutes away from campsite. I don't even know if I can check in. Can I even check in? Maybe they'll let me check in. It's half term. Right, what I'm going to have to do is find a place to stop on the coast or something and then make some dinner in van. So I've arrived at the car park and it's called Beacon Hill Car Park, and do you know what? It's free, which is perfect. Absolutely fits my Yorkshireman's pocket. However, it says no cooking. Now, do I follow that rule? I'm going to have to follow that rule because I'm on the internet. But if you're in your van, in your own vehicle, why can't you cook? It's just, it makes no sense. I've got a cherry bakewell flapjack. Yes, legendary. Right, I'm not cooking. This isn't cooking, it's already cooked. Bored. Should have gone for a hike. I'm good at that. And there's no other humans about when you go for a hike. What time is it? Ah, it's 1 o'clock. It's time to go to the campsite. Let's go. There's a tractor in my way. It's the longest farm track ever.
2 hours later.
So I'm just about to set the van up, and I thought I'd let you know that I've bought some new things. I know I said in a video not so long ago that it's not about buying things, it's about adventuring, but I bought some new things. And also I've started to build a new thing in the van because I needed to do that as well. But anyway, adventure before that stuff, and I'll explain what I've bought and what I'm doing in the van a little bit later on. But I think now it's time to set the van up. Lovely.
Now you're probably thinking that the weather isn't the same as it is at the moment. You would be correct. This video was filmed about 4 weeks ago, before we started to see the wonderful weather we're having at the moment. Also, some eagle-eyed viewers have probably noticed that there are a few new things during the setup, and I'll get onto those and a new DIY addition in the van in just a moment.
So before we start talking about the new things that I've bought, I'm going to quickly explain what's happening over here. Now, it's not finished, and the reason it's not finished is because adventure came calling, so I downed tools and I came out in my van because that is my number one priority. I did put the Yorkshire sign back on again because it's not an adventure without that there. Anyway, what's happening here? I did used to have a drawer under here, and a lot of you guys have said, that drawer's a brilliant idea. You've either built your own or you've asked me whether I've made a drawer build video, and that's great. You do what makes you happy in your van. Now, having used that drawer for 4 years, it is an utter faff. For me, it's a total and utter faff. I've tried redesigning the drawer, I've tried thinking of different ideas, not really worked. So I thought I'd build this proof of concept. I had this spare wood knocking about, and like I say, a few spare hours yesterday to just mould this and use a latch that I'm not gonna use this latch. This is not going to be the one. I'm going to use one of those, the push button latches, so it matches the rest in the camper van. And these hinges again are going to be more like kitchen cupboard door hinges. That means hinges, yeah, rather than the exposed hinges here. I just wanted to make sure it worked, and I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but I knew I were coming away this week, so it's going to get some use. And what I can do is then figure out and sort of iron out all the issues and problems with it while I'm away now, to then be able to go back and make the proper one. So over in the west wing of the van, we've got this area here, which is a little bit of a wasted area. And you will also notice that the end of this board doesn't go as far as the other one did. I did have some cutouts, and then it followed the contour and went all the way to the end on the last one. I never really liked that. So the plan is to do something with this wasted space of an area that will work, let you pull the bed out and everything. I'm thinking of putting some handles on here as well, so then some nice snazzy ones, so then you've got some pull going on there. And then with the diesel heater, because this is just basically on the pipe hanging, and I've never really liked that, I want this to be not attached in here but attached into a cupboard that's going to be here maybe, or here, or something like that. Now, I've seen another subscriber sent me a message quite a few years ago now, you know, it might have been last year, I think, of a little kind of cupboard area that they built here, which meant that the bed still was able to come out, wasn't getting in the way, and they put like shoes, other bits, things that were just annoying, needed to be out of the way, but whatever you wanted to put in here, obviously you could do. Making a little cupboard that's top loading, same with the white, everything's the same, with a little compartment in the bottom, so then the diesel heater pipe can go all the way through without getting bashed by anything that's in there. And then the diesel heater pipe will be attached to the end, and then it'll be in a fixed position screwed in then, and that'll be way better than what it's doing there now. Right then, it's Future Col here. I have actually finished the thing that I was talking about in that video, so I'm going to show you because it's awesome. So this is the finished article. Now I'm really sorry I didn't make a video on this, but if you do have a question, pop it in the comment section below and I'll add it to a Colin Answers Your Questions section in a future video. So obviously this used to be a drawer, as I mentioned, old Col or younger Col. I was younger then, wasn't I? Yeah, anyway, so I put a handle on here. I'll do some close-up of it, which is quite a curved handle from B&Q, and that means that when anyone's sat here, it's not going to dig into them. It's quite a nice smooth surface. I did add the push button handle and lock on there, which is ace, and I've also put the kitchen door cupboard hinges, if that makes sense, on there as well. That's looking snazzy and lovely. It's all been covered in Fablon. I don't even know if they call it Fablon anymore, but yeah, that's all been covered. Everything's screwed into there, and it all moves with the bed. Now you're probably thinking, how does that all move with the bed when you've got a cupboard there? Let's move over to the west wing. So over here in the west wing of the van, miles away, such a massive van, it takes me ages to get over to here. I've put a little cushioned seat on here, which is removable. I probably have to put a bit of Velcro on bottom of it to stop it sliding off while I'm driving. And then we've got a lid there, so we can just pop anything in that little cupboard there just to get it out of the way. Now you'll notice that when this comes off, it leaves a gap up here, and that leaves enough room for the bed to slide out and over it. Obviously you can't get in this cupboard once the bed's out, and I know for a fact I'm going to put something in there, get the bed out and be like, oh, the thing I need is in that cupboard. And if any problems arise and I have to remove it, then I'll let you guys know. Also, I put the diesel heater pipe through the bottom, put a shelf in the bottom, so then it's separated from anything that's in that cupboard, and then fitted, whatever, I'm going to keep that in. I fitted my light switch for the outside dimmer switch just on here as well. There's a couple of wiry bits that I need to sort out in there and hide, but apart from that, it's pretty much finished, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, back to camping Col. Yeah, 28 degrees it is at the moment. Lovely. So you join me laid on the floor like, can you pay me like your French girls, Jack? And you're probably thinking to yourself, why did he just say that? But apart from that, you're probably thinking to yourself, fire pit, I've seen your fire pit, that's not new. You are correct. It's not about the fire pit, it's about the thing that I am laid on right now, which is another grass protector. It's slightly larger than the other one, and it's square. Now, the reason I had to buy this one is because I absolutely destroyed my last one by using it a lot, and it needed replacing. So not a luxury purchase, but certainly a purchase that I needed again. This is larger than the last one. I'll put a link in the description below, hashtag not sponsored. So we'll see how long this one lasts. Now, bringing the fire pit back in, what I did do with the old protector is the bits that were good, or the better bits, I chopped up and I've put down into the actual thing here. So I've got some B-roll you can have a look at. So you join me here, sat down on my latest purchase. This is another outdoor mat that I've replaced my VW mat for, because my VW mat was absolutely destroyed. It's seen a lot of action as that VW mat. It's got loads of burn marks in it from when I had fire pits, before I had the fire pit protector. There's loads of melted bits, there's holes in it. It's just absolutely destroyed. So this I got from Amazon. It's the type of thing you can get from IKEA or the Aldi middle aisle or something like that, but I'll put a link in the description below to the Amazon shop that I got it from, hashtag not sponsored. And yeah, you can get yourself one of these if you really want. It's not massive, that's what she said. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully the larger fire pit protector will stop this from getting melty and stuff. I don't know. We'll see, and I'll let you guys know over time what happens. But yeah, there are my two new purchases. Not massively groundbreaking purchases, just replacements for things that have worn out. And I think that's about it. It's almost time. Yeah, it's almost beer time. And then I'll start making some dinner. And I think the next time you see me will be time to answer some questions around a fire pit. Nice. The fire pit is lit. I've got a beer in my hand. It's time for Colin Answers Your Questions. Simon Holmes has asked, where did I get my Sportline bag that's hanging on the back of my passenger seat? So I got that bag from a company called UK Custom Covers. I'll put a link in the description below, hashtag not sponsored. Some eagle-eyed viewers will have also noticed that it's not actually there at the moment and hasn't been there for a while. I took it off ages ago to give the van a really good clean on the inside, and I completely forgot to put it back on again, and I should really, because it's super useful and I really love having it in the van. So expect to see it again at some point in the not too distant future. Lynn's Howells has asked, am I planning on returning to Scotland anytime soon? The answer to that is yes, and I'm thinking about doing a revisited as well, because I know there's a couple of campsites that I visited last time that have made some massive changes. So yes, I will be going, probably November again, because that's when all the midges have gone. Where's Wonder has asked, if I built a Jeff 2, what changes would I make? Jeff Mark II, what changes would I make to the van? Do you know what? I think I'd be lying to you if I said, no, I quite like what I've got there and I'd never change it, it's lovely, in that exact voice, because I'm sure there's quite a lot of you out there that have sat there with a cup of coffee and their feet up in their van going, oh, I could change that there. Oh, I wonder what it'd look like with that there. I wonder if it would be like if I ripped it all out and started again. And I've already had those thought processes many, many times. The ones that stick out to me and the ones that I think actually these would be really good changes if I were to build another van are as follows. Gloss white cabinets. I think they look super classy, personal preference obviously, and just brighten up what is quite a small dark space in there. The other thing that I would change would be a captain's swivel chair. I'd definitely go for a captain's one, a single one, rather than the double one. I'd probably miss the storage in the seat because at the moment it's full of pre-chopped up wood, ready to go for future fire pits, which is nice, but I think I'd really love being able to get out of the driver's seat and straight into the back when it's bad weather. One of the major changes I think I'd definitely make would be going for a U-shaped design. Not only would it give me more storage underneath, but then I'd have the bed pretty much already set up, certainly as a single bed, and then just putting a couple of cushions down would be sorted, and I'd absolutely love that. I think if there is a version of that with belted seats, that'd be ace. I don't even know if it exists. I'm sure if it does, with VW tax, it'd be about £1 million, and there'll be one supplier that does it. And that's, I think, about it. So because I booked these campsites at quite short notice, I didn't have time to get in touch with the owners to arrange an interview with them, and I didn't just want to spring it on them as I arrived. So sadly, in this video, there is no interview with the owners, but I will be back here and I will get back in touch with them and sort it out, I am sure. So now it's time to go into your campsite tour. This site is awesome. I love it. I shall see you next week. See you, bye.
Walkmill Campsite just outside the beautiful village of Warkworth and 20 minutes drive from Alnwick is a lovely dog, family, tent and campervan friendly site, open from April until September each year. There is no Wi-Fi on site, but I was getting a few bars of 4G on Vodafone during my stay. At the entrance of the site is a converted static caravan that houses more than you'd think, including a small shop selling items that you might need during your stay, and you pay for your items via this campervan honesty box. Logs and fire pits can also be hired from here too. Further into the caravan is the pot wash area, kettle, fridge and microwave. You can also rent a hot water bottle too, which is a thoughtful touch. To the left of the kitchen is a relaxing area with a TV, and a little bit further in is a book reading room too. There is a separate toilet cubicle and bathroom with toilet and shower. The showers are £1 for 10 minutes and was super clean. The static caravan is locked from 9 PM, but there are a few more toilets outside in these cute little sheds, both of which were also super clean. There is an Elson point and a waste area too, all within a few feet of each other. The water tap is near the main house, about 20 feet away. There's no hard standing here, but the grass pitches are super flat and well spaced out between other campers. There wasn't an option for an electric pitch when booking via PitchUp, but on arrival it does look like there's option for electric hookup on site. I chose to camp as close to the river as I could on pitch number 1, but there's no direct access to the river due to it being private land not owned by the campsite. There are plenty of walks to do in the area, and the village of Warkworth is just a 30-minute walk away too. I paid £25 for one night stay during the Easter holidays, and I would definitely return in the future. Right, now it's time for some outtakes. Enjoy, and I shall see you next week.
Oh no. Time for another freaking Yorkshire Popped Up Adventures video, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm basically the guard now, so you know what I'm saying? I feel so embarrassed, there's so many people about. So many people, it's ridiculous. Not even in shot there, look, lovely. Right, I don't know what I'm going to say. There's a baby cannon. It's baby cannons, right tiny. Right, so this is where I need Michelle, because she's the one that actually reads stuff and tells me the information on stuff. There's a big stone behind me. Don't know. Well, that was oh, wait a minute, it's just people everywhere. And if you can hear that rattling, it's also doing my head in as well. I don't know what it is. Every time I go over a bump. In fact, I need to do that again and look at the freaking camera, don't I? Such a div. This vlog is just going to crap. And I bet you that person coming around the corner now is somebody who's going to be pulling in here. I can guarantee you. Yep, thought they were. Brilliant. Awesome. Oh, I thought I'd not recorded all that then. Jeez.